From pirate to pirate, from your home to your home by the sea, Hampton University's newscast, WHOV-TV. Every Thursday in Hampton Roads, we are your voice. You can count on us to keep you updated on all the noise. Nationwide, school-wide, what's trending and what's in the sky. Pirates, this is the only news channel that is just for you. WHOV, the Scripps Howard News Watch starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Candy Scales.
And I'm Logan Russell.
And you're watching WHOV-TV.
We are your voice keeping you up to date on all the noise.
Tonight is probate season at HU. A journalist got the inside scoop of American war plans, and Hollywood stars tied the knot. We'll have more for you during the show, so stay tuned. But first, it's that time again, Pirates. Registration for fall 2025 classes is now open. In order to register for your classes, you must meet with your academic advisor to get your registration pin. The deadline to register is April 18th. In order to avoid enrollment delays, make sure you're financially cleared by August 1st. Make sure you check your email to stay up to date throughout the process. Good luck, Pirates. The Hampton Roads Black media professionals treated our journalism students with something special this past weekend. They hosted their monthly meeting at Hampton University's museum, where they discussed chapter updates, upcoming events, and student scholarships. But the real heart of the meeting, a tough conversation about the rise in journalism layoffs.
In a normal situation, what you would hope for as a student is that somebody takes a job in a larger market and they leave a position that you can come in and fill. Well, right now, because of everything that's happening in the industry, people are shrinking. Some of the stations are shrinking.
President Lemon announced a new program called NABJ Care, aimed to give funds to journalists in need.
Willy Wonka made a stop at Hampton during Freshman Week. Our reporter Sharice Atkins has the story.
The newest class under the sun has turned the Student Center into a chocolate factory.
We chose Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because our colors are red, gold, and we were like, oh, golden ticket, golden ticket would be cute.
To kick off Freshman Week, Quintessence hosted a game night.
My class means everything to me. I dedicate so much time and effort and money and anything that you can think of into making sure that the needs of the class are fulfilled. So many of my peers are among us, so I just really try to make sure that everything is taken care of for them as I want it to be for myself.
The freshman class hosted a 12-2 in the Student Center.
The inspiration behind this event is we just wanted an opportunity for different brands around campus, freshman brands, to have an opportunity to just display themselves, the freshman class. We're also just having a chance for people to buy tickets to the fashion show, and then also a chance for them to buy tickets to the ball if they didn't get a chance to pay their dues in the beginning of the year.
I'm holding the fashion show.
Our coordinator, Princess Allah, she has conducted a pretty amazing fashion show. We've been having practice every day during the week, and I think that it's coming together pretty well. People should have something to look for on Thursday.
To keep up with all things Quintessence, you can follow their Instagram page. I'm Sharice Atkins with WHOV-TV.
1-868 Hampton University has a new chant. President Williams and the SGA held a fireside chat yesterday. Our university has some big changes in store. Dorms will have new roofs installed, the new parking lot will have 86 slots by the CAF, and our university will have a new restaurant, Milk and Honey, and students will be able to use their meal swipes.
I feel like our concerns are actually being addressed, and it's nice to actually hear back on the issues that we have.
It'll take a minute to get used to, I'm so used to saying go Pirates, but hearing, 1868, I have to get used to that.
Reach out to the SGA's email if you have any questions.
The Black Family Conference was held last week, and our students have opinions about panelist Delano Squires.
Times what's reflected in the Black community.
I feel like a lot of his talking points were you can only do it this way. You can only have successful Black family and community in this way.
The students hope to see better conversations during the next conference. It was probate weekend. Several sororities and fraternities welcomed their new Spring 25 initiates into their chapters last week. Here is Ariana with the story.
Students and faculty arrived at Holland this past weekend to support the Spring 2025 initiates of several D9 organizations. Saturday included presentations from Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, and Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Sunday included presentations from Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, the first initiate in 8 years of the Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated, and Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated.
In a weekend full of excitement and emotion, students showcased their hard work and earned their spot on the yard.
Phi Mu Alpha on campus is not as known as many fraternities and sororities, so I definitely want to do more whole campus-wide and letting the campus know about what we do and how we can involve music with everyday lives.
My probate experience was really surreal. You know, me and my sisters worked really hard to get there. So just like the whole experience, it just like went by super fast.
So my responsibilities this year was basically just walking out our 8 guys, you know, calling response during the show and everything, and just making sure that they stayed on task during the probate.
This is Ariana with WHOV-TV.
Shine bright like a jewel. Jewels Inc. hosted the Capitol View Conference. Akila Lewis has the story.
On Saturday, I had the amazing opportunity to attend the Capitol View Conference hosted by Jules Incorporated, with 6 amazing panelists telling their stories on what it's like to be a Black woman on Capitol Hill.
Aisha Davis, Neoma Huga, Sayan McLean, and Carmen Jones share their experience, what it's like working on Capitol Hill, being able to give insights and advice.
Say my favorite part is having my little cousins here and seeing them see Black women who are making a difference in the world. Because, like I said, growing up as a first-generation college student and coming from Philly, I didn't have a lot of mentors growing up. So I want them to see that in me. I want them to see mentors. I want them to see young ladies or young Black ladies that they can be. And that was my favorite part of today's event, just seeing them like see other Black women in their field and a room full of Black women. Like, I love being in a space of people that look like me, to have representation, because representation is truly important.
Not just important, but vital to have at a HBCU. This is hopefully just the first of many. For WHOV-TV, I'm Akila Lewis.
Well, our student spotlight this week couldn't be narrowed down to just one person. In light of this month, we recognized 3 outstanding students. Reporter Sanaa Wells has the story.
These ladies are standing on the shoulders of giants and building legacies of their own. This Women's History Month, our student spotlights are the female trailblazers of Hampton.
Meet Tanaya Grant, a third-year entrepreneurship major from Prince George's County, Maryland. The Content Collective founder is making waves with her ORTS campaign, Her Hampton Impact, which highlights female student leaders' journeys and achievements.
A lot of people are, ecstatic when I reach out to them because, I feel like on another person's end, it's kind of like, oh, am I like having an impact on campus? Do people recognize me? Do people realize me? And I love the fact that I'm reaching out to girls and making them feel like, yeah, you are doing it, girl. What sets me apart is that I'm just not a regular organization on campus. I kind of wanted to have a page on campus that was dedicated to Hampton University culture. So I wanted a page where people could come and just have connections with people and also have see the fun side of Hampton University. I do makeup on campus and I also do graphic designs. So I would say I balance it, but I try to keep a good schedule. I try not to overbook myself or overwhelm myself.
To stay up to date with Tanaya Grant and the Content Collective, be sure to follow them at The Content Collective with 2 E's on Instagram and TikTok. I'm Sanaa Wells with WHOV-TV.
Up next, President Donald Trump faces another lawsuit.
And an Ivy League lost millions of dollars in federal funding.
And classified war plans have been leaked in a group chat. Stay with us after the break.
Pirates. there is so much going on in the news today. So let's get federal.
Students with disabilities won't have the services they need. Funds won't go to targeted populations like English learners, homeless students. Millions of young adults going to college won't get student aid in a timely way or at all. And schools and teachers won't get teacher preparation and recruitment help and will shut down or experience layoffs.
Trump's decision will have a major effect on students from coast to coast. Columbia University is hoping to get millions of dollars in federal funding restored after the Trump administration froze grants. Education Secretary Linda McMahon says the university is on the right track after agreeing to policy changes. The university announced new rules to meet federal demands, including a mask ban, disciplinary actions against students who protest, admission reforms, and a new definition of anti-Semitism. The crackdown on Columbia has raised concerns nationwide over academic freedom. Its federal funding remains uncertain.
DEI rollbacks are hitting close to home. The Virginia Community College System State Board filed a resolution to stop all DEI initiatives last Thursday. In an interview with WHOV-TV News, Democratic Virginia delegate Michael Jones spoke to the importance of DEI on those campuses.
Everyone deserves an opportunity, and that's what DEI seeks to do, give everyone an opportunity.
The board has struck every appearance of the word diverse in their policies. You can read the resolution for yourself online. The Trump administration is under fire after a national security advisor sent classified war plans to a journalist. The advisor, Mike Waltz, took responsibility for adding the editor-in-chief of Atlantic magazine to a group chat on Signal, an encrypted messaging app. U.S. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth then messaged detailed times and weapons used to strike targets in Yemen. Jeffrey Goldberg, the editor, laid it all out in his articles published on Monday. Thought it was a hoax at first, but when the bombs fell at the exact time stated in the chat, he knew something was wrong. This brings U.S. national security into question.
The IRS is finalizing deals with the Department of Homeland Security to help find migrants that could be in the U.S. illegally. This deal would allow the tax agency to cross-reference and confirm the names and addresses of suspected people. Critics are saying that this agreement would be a violation of strict disclosure laws that the IRS operates under. Immigrant rights groups are suing the agency to block them from sharing taxpayers' information since the ICE and the DHS aren't listed as exceptions to the confidentiality rules.
Government lawyers should be held to incredibly high standards. I serve because I want to take on that responsibility to help maintain a criminal justice system in which we all can trust.
A former attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia was found dead Saturday morning. Police found Jessica Aber in her Virginia home. Sources say the 43-year-old had long-standing medical issues. She was known for serving as a prosecutor for high-profile cases involving organized crime and national security.
Well, the most magical place on Earth had a small fire thanks to something that's normally cool. A walk-in cooler caught on fire at Epcot Park on Saturday. CBS News says that there were no injuries. The fire was put out 20 minutes later, and the park was reopened an hour later. Visitors were eventually able to return. President Trump signed an executive order seeking to change the U.S. election process on Tuesday. According to AP News, this order requires a documentary proof of citizenship to register in addition to demanding all ballots be counted on Election Day. It states, quote, the U.S. failed to enforce basic and necessary election protections. Republicans say this will restore confidence in future elections. Trump says that more election actions will be taken in the coming weeks. Palestinian and Oscar award-winning movie director Hamdan Bilal is recovering after being attacked by Jewish settlers outside his West Bank home on Monday. Bilal was taken into custody by Israeli police and kept overnight following the attack. Tuesday, he was hospitalized but has now been released. Earlier this month, Bilal received an Academy Award for co-directing the documentary No Other Land. showing the destruction of a Palestinian community by Israeli soldiers. Up next, let's see if Darty weather is perfect this week.
Yes, and Athlete opens several clinics.
And love is in the air.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Your weather forecaster for this evening. Let's take a look outside your window today. Today, we had a beautiful sunny day. We had a high of 59 degrees and a low of 39 degrees. Tomorrow, we'll have partly cloudy skies with a rise to 69 and a drop to 46. You might need to pull out your jackets. Coming into Saturday, we'll stay with cloudy skies with a high of 73 and low of 59. On Sunday, we'll have a 20% chance of rain in the evening. The temperatures will rise to 72 and fall to 59. Looking to next week, scattered thunderstorms roll in on Monday. Temperatures will rise to 73 and fall to 62. It will be rainy, so bring an umbrella. And Tuesday, we will have a high of 65 and low of 50. On Wednesday, it will rise to 61 and drop to 49. North Carolina and South Carolina are in a state of emergency due to wildfires in the area. The fires emerging from debris caused by Hurricane Helene. The states issued evacuation orders to multiple counties across the states. The counties were Caldwell, Jackson, Yancey, Polk, and many more counties in the Carolinas. Firefighters are working to extinguish the fire, but are divided among the large area. Our hearts and minds are with the families affected. Well, that's all the weather I have for you tonight, Pirates. Back to you, Logan and Kennedy.
Thank you, Lathan.
Up next, March Madness continues.
And a Broadway Snow breaks box office records.
Stay with us. We'll see you right after this.
Happy MLB opening day, everyone. I'm Bradley Harewood, and I've got your sports covered for tonight. But first things first, here is your Pirate Weekly Rundown. Tuesday, softball grabbed their third straight win against Bowie State and will play Stony Brook in a 3-game series this weekend. Also, outdoor track season begins today with the men and women traveling to the Raleigh Relays. Saturday, lacrosse takes the field versus Monmouth, and Sunday, sailing takes to the waters at Strawberry Banks. Last but certainly not least, your Hampton University cheer team is headed to nationals. We wish them the best of luck as we send Blue Thunder off with our love and support. Shots continue to fall in March Madness as we approach the NCAA Tournament Sweet 16. Here are some updates. Tonight, we have 2 big-time matchups for the men. Number 1 seed Florida faces number 4 Maryland, and number 1 Duke plays number 4 Arizona. The winners would advance to the Elite 8 on Saturday. The women's second round games are right now, as their Sweet 16 starts tomorrow. The reigning champs of South Carolina take on Maryland. The blue blood rivals UNC and Duke face off. And number 2 LSU plays number 3 NC State. I don't know if you've been watching, if your eyes have been glued to the TV, but this weekend you don't want to miss a thing. Legendary boxer George Foreman passed away Friday at 76 years old. His cause of death has not yet been released. Foreman initially rose to fame in the 1970s after beating both Joe Frazier and Muhammad Ali. The boxer unretired in 1987 after 10 years away from the game. He defeated Michael Moorer in 1994 to win another heavyweight title at the age of 45. Foreman found success as an entrepreneur with the George Foreman Grill after retirement. May he rest in peace. Pirates, how about we get into the standard of black excellence? He may be retired, but Michael Jordan keeps slamming it home. The NBA Hall of Famer recently opened a free health clinic in his hometown of Wilmington, North Carolina. Jordan has also opened 3 other clinics in North Carolina dating back to 2019. The clinics mainly help families who do not have the money for standard medical care. Jordan has now given a total of $24 million to fund health care in his home state, putting on for his home team once again. Coming back to March Madness, or rather March Sadness, the USC Trojans face heartbreaking news that their hometown hero will miss the rest of the tournament. ESPN reported that Juju Watkins, the 2025 Big Ten Player of the Year, tore her ACL on Tuesday night. USC players huddled up around her after she went down. Though the Trojans pulled off an emotional win to secure their spot in the Sweet 16, Juju's absence will be felt. Well, that's all the sports I have for you tonight, Pirates. We'll update you with more March Madness next week. Back to you, Kennedy.
Coming up, Disney's live-action adaptation of Snow White released in theaters last week. We'll let you know how it did at the box office.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'm Kennedy Kaiser with your entertainment news tonight. Let's jump right into the action. Don't hide from the cameras, because it's coming outside today. Baton Rouge rapper NBA YoungBoy was released from Alabama federal prison Tuesday. Police transferred the artist to a residential reentry management office in Arizona. Locals captured footage of the helicopter arrival in Utah. Take a look. He is set to be released on April 26. Megan Good and Jonathan Majors have officially tied the knot after months of speculation and a year of challenges. According to Today, Good and Majors went public with a relationship in 2023. This was during the prosecution for assaulting his ex-girlfriend. Their relationship was confirmed in November, and fans say the couple's journey has since captured their hearts, while others are suspicious of the timing. The live-action remake of Snow White has gotten off to a sleepy start in the box office. The film that released last Friday has only made $43 million in the box office. Rotten Tomatoes rated it a 42%. According to CNN, Rachel Zegler, an American actress of Colombian descent, casted as Snow White, also caused controversy. Fans also reacted poorly to Gal Gadot, an Israeli actress who had a mandated service in the army, casted as the evil queen. The movie is still showing in theaters. Broadway's latest hit, Othello, has shattered box office records. The Shakespeare production has returned to stages after 4 decades. Starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Denzel Washington, the star-studded cast attracted huge audiences. Othello made history, pulling in $2.8 million in only 1 week, with most seats going for nearly $1,000. Washington and Gyllenhaal spoke with CBS about the success of the project.
The most excited I've been this century. Seriously.
The century, the 21st century.
I haven't been this excited about anything I've done as I am about this.
Othello will run through June 8th at the Barrymore Theater in New York City. That's all the entertainment I have for you, Pirates. I hope to catch you next week. Back to you, Logan.
Well, that's all the news we have for you tonight.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at WHOV-TV.
Have a good night.